The problem which I am going to solve now is on speed time curve. This level 1 question. Now this is perpendicular to each other. Now the train retards from this place to this place. That is, the speed is lower than this one. Let the constant speed be v. Now this is a trapezium. I name it as OPQR. The area of this trapezium equals 200. LS. We name this as RQLS. The area of this rectangle is 400 meters. From this point, it moves with an acceleration, a distance of 600 meters. The distance is given by the area of LMNS trapezium, that is 600 meters. Let the time taken to move this 200 meters be t1 seconds. Let the time taken to move this 400 meters at constant speed be t2. Let this time be t3 seconds. Now I am drawing a line parallel to this axis till it meets this speed axis at A. Let this angle be theta. The train retards for a time t1. Now what is the area of OPQR? Area of OPQR equals 20 plus V divided by 2 into T1. Why is that? This is a trapezium. Area of this trapezium equals sum of the parallel sides divided by 2 into this height of the trapezium. This height is T1. We equate this to 200. This area gives the distance. This distance, that is 200 meters. Similarly, what is the area of this rectangle? That is LSRQ. That is equal to V into T2. V into T2. We equate that to 400. That is in meters. 400 meters. This for 200 meters. Area of LMNS. LMNS. That is also a trapezium. That is equal to 20 plus V. 20 plus V divided by 2. That is half of this. Into T3. That is equal to 600. We get that to 600. In the first part of this problem, we are asked to find out the total time taken, that is T1 plus T2 plus T3. We name these equations as 1, 2 and 3. From equation 1, what is T1? T1 equals T1 equals 2 into 200 divided by 20 plus V. 20 plus V. By this equation, T2 equals, that is by this one, T2 equals 400 by V. 400 divided by V. By this one, T3 equals 2 into 600, that is 1200 divided by 20 plus v. 20 plus v. Now the total time is t1 plus t2 plus t3. Before that we had to find out v. That is this constant speed. Now t2 equals, read the sum carefully, t2 equals t1 plus t3. t1 plus t3. The question gives this one. Time taken at constant speed is equal to the sum of the times taken in retarding and accelerating. That is t2 equals t1 plus t3. This is how the times are related. That is t2 equals t1 plus t3. Now what is t2? We have to substitute for t1, t2 and t3 in this one. t2 equals 400 by v, 400 divided by v, that is equal to t1. t1 is 400 by 20 plus v, 20 plus v plus t3. t3 is 1200 by 20 plus v. Now if we solve this one, we get the value of v. First we divide this equation by 400. Then we get 1 over v. 1 over v equals is 1 over 20 plus v plus this is 3, no? When we divide 1200 by 400, we get 3. 3 by 20 plus v. Now this is a simplification. For that, we multiply this equation by 20 plus v. Whole equation by 20 plus v. Then we get this left hand side. In left hand side we can write 20 plus v divided by v equals, we get 1 plus 3. Now in the left we multiply this by whole equation by v, then we get 20 plus v in the left hand side equals 4v. That is 3v equals 20. 3v equals 20. So v equals 20 by 3. 20 by 3 ms minus 1. Now we have to add t1, t2 and t3. We substitute the value of v in these three and add. Now the total time equals t1 plus t2 plus t3. t1 is 400 by 20 plus v, that plus what is t2? t2 is 400 by v, 400 by v plus t3. What is t3? t3 is 1200 divided by 20 plus v. 20 plus v. We have to find what is 20 plus v. This is equal to 3. 60 plus 20, that is 80. 80 by 3. 20 plus v is 80 by 3. Now this is equal to 400 divided by 80 by 3. 80 by 3 plus 400 by, this is 400 by, what is v? v equals 20 by 3. 20 by 3 plus 1200 divided by 20 plus 3 is 80 by 3. 80 by 3. This is equal to 400 into 3 by 80 plus 400 into 3 by 20. 20 plus 1200 into 3 by 80. We have to simplify this. Now 3 into 400 by 80 is common factor. We take that out. We get 1 here. If we take this common factor out, 3 into 400 by 80, 3 into 4. Sorry, common factor is 3 into 400 by 20, because here it is 20. 3 into 400 by 20. We take that out. Here we get 1 of 4 plus 3 into 400 by 20. Here we get 1 plus 3 into. When we take the factor 400 from this, we get 3. The denominator we get 4. When we simplify this, we get 4 here. 1 plus 4 by 3. That is 4, 7, 8 here. Then we get 3 into 400 by 20 into 8 by 4. 8 by 4. 4 into this 2. That's equal to, we get 1200 by 20 into 2. Then we get, what's the answer? 120 seconds. It is in seconds time. Total time is 120 seconds. In the part B of the problem, we have to find the retardation of the train. That is tan theta. Retardation is given by tan theta. This is theta. Retardation is, what is the retardation from this diagram? This PA is 20 minus V. This is 20 minus V, this is T1. Then retardation equals 20 minus V divided by T1. This is the retardation, 20 minus V by T1. We substitute for V and T1. The retardation is 20 minus V by T1. 20 minus, what is V? V is, we found it first, V is 20 by 3. 20 by 3 is divided by T1. We have to divide this by T1. What is T1? We have found out this first. T1 is this one. 400 by 20 plus V. 400 by 20 plus V. Plus V. Now in the numerator, we have to simplify this numerator. That is 20 minus 20 by 3. That is 40 by 3. 40 by 3. In the denominator, we get 400 divided by 20 plus V. 20 plus V. What is V? V is 20 by 3. We have to simplify this denominator. Now, in the numerator, we get 40 by 3. 40 by 3. 40 by 3. Here we get 400 by, in the denominator, we get 400 by 20 plus 20 by 3. 20 plus 20 by 3, we have calculated that. That is 80 by 3. Yeah? 400 divided by 80 by 3. In the denominator, we get 40 by 3. That is 40 by 3. What is in the numerator? What is in the denominator? This is in the numerator. In the denominator we get 400 by 80 by 3. Simplify that first. 400 divided by 80 by 3. Then 3 comes here. And here we get 80. In the numerator we get 40 by 3. Then what in the denominator we get 400 by 80 by 3. Let's solve this. 400 by 80 by 3. That means 403 by 80 is equal to 400 into 3 by 80. When we divide this by this, we get 40 by 3 into 80 divided by 400 into 3. Then 14 cancels with this. 10. This cancels with this. 8. We get 8. Then we get this equal to 3 into 3, 9. 8 by 9. This is the retardation. What are the units? ms minus 2. Equals ms minus 2 is the retardation. In the part C of the problem, we had to find out the acceleration of the train. Now I produce this line. Let this angle be alpha. Then what is the acceleration? Is tan alpha. Acceleration is tan alpha. Let this point be capital B. Then acceleration is mb divided by lb. lb is t3. What is mb? mb is, this is 20, and mb is 20 minus v. mb is 20 minus v. So the acceleration is 20 minus v divided by t3. This is the acceleration. Now we have to substitute v and t3. v is 20 by 3. 20 by 3 is the numerator. 20 minus 20 by 3. What is t3? t3 is 1200 by 20 plus v. Now what is in the numerator? 60 minus 20 is 40. 40 divided by 3. In the denominator it is 1200 divided by 20 plus v. 20 plus 20 by 3. Now this is equal to 40 by 3 divided by 1200 divided by 20 plus 20 by 3. That is equal to 80 by 3. Here it is 80 by 3. This is equal to 40 by 3 divided by 1200 into 3 by 80. This is equal to 40 by 3 into 80. Here we get 1200 into 3. We can cancel these two zeros with this one. We get 4 into, we cancel with this 3. Then we get 8 by, here we get 8 by 27. ms minus 2. That is the unit, ms minus 2.